глава организации «Европейцы за налоговую реформу». То есть Гюнтер очень проукраинский активист, вот так, да, правильно, наверное, скажем, в Австрии. И на самом деле для нас вообще важно, да, приглашать и коммуницировать с людьми, которые тоже поддерживают Украину. Гюнтер.
Thanks a lot to the organizers. Thanks a lot, Daria, for this wonderful invitation and for this opportunity. My language skills are more limited to English, so I hope you understand English. I can.
Yes.
Very good. Perfect. Yeah. I will try my best. Yeah. I have a small presentation prepared, maybe to show and also to share this presentation. My name is Günther Fehlinger. I'm an economist. I worked 4 years in beautiful Ukraine, and I'm very optimistic for the future of Ukraine. And I want to congratulate you on this very special week, because something really historic has happened. Just yesterday, it was decided that Ukraine will join the European Union at the start of the negotiation. I know there's a little bit of conception that this might be taking a long time, or it's a complicated process, but I have worked now for the last 8 years to achieve this, and it was absolutely impossible in 2017. It was impossible in 2018, in 19, in 20, and just the tragic event of the last years have made it possible. And this means we will be forever together. And it's a very, very powerful change of your life, of our life, of the European Union as it is, and it will transform our economies, our life, and the whole situation in the next decade. I've seen it because my profession is basically to advise countries during the accession period of the European Union. I've seen it in countries like Croatia, Poland, and Hungary. They all transformed, and I've seen also this same faces of disbelief in the last 30 years when I told that this will transform the countries, this will transform the people, this will transform the economies, but the accession process and the integration process in the European Union is an extremely powerful transformation tool of economies from the post-communist areas, and this has worked everywhere in the last 25 countries. We know exactly what to do, and this will happen as well with Ukraine. So the next decade will transform the economic reality of Ukraine very much to new levels. This is something I would like to congratulate you, and it's something very wonderful. Yes. I'm also working with the Ukrainian diaspora community, and here I have developed, because many of you live in Austria?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. This is in German. I have developed a 10-page package what Austria actually should do with the Ukrainian community, because it's a great opportunity that you live at this moment here in Austria. You're very welcome. I know it's not so easy. There are many things which need to be improved, and I have developed here some points which we then later can share and discuss about the improvement of the access to the labor market and the linguistic cooperation, how to create businesses in Austria, and all these things, and also the Austrian support for Ukraine in NATO, in the European Union, to increase this, and also some things in Austria which need to change, for example, to end the import of Russian energy, and also to supply Ukraine with weapons to win the war. This is very important. Austria is not a perfect member state in the European Union when it comes to support of Ukraine. I apologize for this, but I hope also we can change that together in the coming years. Yes, it's which button? This one, yeah. So what has to happen next? I focus in this presentation about the economy, because that's, I think, the most important for here today. I recommend you, first of all, to use the euro already in all your business transaction, in all your company transaction, and also that Ukraine, this is my recommendation, that Ukraine is also adopting the euro as the currency as soon as possible. And it's possible to do it similar like Kosovo and Montenegro very early. And also in all business transactions, to use the euro in your pricing, in your economic modeling, in your thinking, because the future of Ukraine is to use the euro. And this is also a very powerful symbol as a campaign item in the coming years, and that Ukraine should not only in a far long future be in the European Union, but economically to integrate completely as fast as possible. Here is the tax rates. I'm not so happy with the Ukrainian tax system, and this is something you also could consider in your public policy debate, because we have much better result in the countries of Southeastern Europe, like in Bulgaria, with 10% flat tax. Works very well. 10% is the best level, and to have a simple and fair and easy tax system is the best way forward for Ukraine. On infrastructure, it's very important to integrate Ukraine completely into European infrastructure networks, and also the funding must be done by the European Union. Here, tremendous efforts will be necessary to bring you on European levels of infrastructure in energy, and of course in railways, in highways, and in every aspect, basically. But this is a huge economic potential to have Ukraine fully as a member of the European Union. I'm advocating for a 2,000 billion infrastructure package for the whole European Union to build this whole infrastructure in the East. And I'm sure the new Commission will do significant efforts, maybe not 2,000 billion, but it will be a lot. Here are my points in a short version. From the euro to the taxation to the customs union, we are now together. This is very meaningful, this is very important, but it will change also the mentality and the economic reality of Ukraine. One more point here. You have a lot of state-owned companies, and a lot of them. And I'm very much, this is not really perfect. I have listed, I think I found it, the 10 biggest companies which you have. Energoatom, Hydroenergo, the railway, the posta, the gas company, the defense company, the aerospace company, or whatever, the aerospace company, the motor companies, yeah. You know, this is a huge state-owned industrial complex which you have inherited from the Soviet Union, and it's not very well managed. This must be massively improved in order to allow smaller companies to compete, to have a competitive market, and also the whole sector must be Europeanized. My recommendation as well is to pledge this shares to the European Bank for reconstruction, or to the EIB to get more loans to win the war, and to have a serious and fair EU competition law applied as soon as possible. Yes, this is my activities also as a campaigner. I think also at economic conferences like this today for small and medium enterprises, I think it's very important to talk about the need to win the war, about the need to defeat the Russian aggression, and also to supply weapons to Ukraine, which I hope Germany, Austria and other countries will do in the coming weeks even more, in order to enable Ukraine to liberate the whole territory, to liberate Crimea, and then to join NATO and the European Union, OECD and Schengen, and to celebrate victory together in the coming decade. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
For your cooperation. Yes, and thank you for your support to Ukraine.